Hi, I'm Jen from Lunge Yoga, and I wanted to share with you today a little video called Yoga for Grief. I am definitely no expert in grief counseling, don't have any training for it, but I lost my dad 4 years ago today, and I recognize that yoga has helped me deal with grief and all the different emotions, all the ups and downs, and it's just a really good tool to have. So we're going to do just some simple breathing and a little bit of movement. So you can come to a comfortable seat, close your eyes, and let's go ahead and place one hand on our chest and one hand on the belly. You're going to breathe through the nose and just very slowly inhale. Let your belly expand, let your rib cage expand. And then exhale, slowly letting the breath out. Draw the belly towards the spine. A gentle inhale, filling the belly, filling the chest. Maybe you can take it a little bit deeper this time. And exhale. Keep going at your own rhythm. And just noting all the thoughts that come through your mind and take you on a little up and down roller coaster. Try to just bring your focus back to your breath, to the inhale and the exhale. Recognize that it's okay to have all those different emotions. But when you're feeling overwhelmed or pulled in too many different directions, you can just focus in on your breath. And those full deep inhales and deep exhales are going to really slow down your nervous system and just help you come back into the present moment and feel a little bit more grounded. Let's add some movement into that breath. So hands to the knees. And as you inhale, you're going to arch your spine, lift your chest up, so you're tilting your pelvis forwards. And then exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. So with your inhale, you're reaching forward, shoulders rolling back. And with your exhale, rounding. And you can do this with the eyes open or closed, whatever feels good. Really getting some mobility back in your spine, your back, and making that body-breath connection. Let's start to make circles now with the rib cage. So we're going to bring our ribs to the right side. We're going to come forwards, sort of arch forwards, come to the left, and then round as we come back. So we're going to inhale as we come forwards to the left, and we're going to exhale, round, and come back. One more time in this direction. And let's go in the other direction. So we're going to go back to the left, forwards, and to the right. So as we inhale, come forwards, and exhale, come back. Let's do one more. And just spiral yourself back into the center. Pause for a moment. And let's take the arms alongside the body and then stretch our arms up overhead. Let's interlace the fingers, turn the palms around, and press the palms to the ceiling. Draw the shoulders down. Maybe move the rib cage side to side a little bit. See if you can find some more length. You want to stand up, or not stand up, but lengthen your spine nice and tall. Right? We tend to hunch ourselves over, especially if we have a lot of emotions sort of weighing us down. So we really want to lengthen the spine, create some space there. Exhale, gently release your arms. And let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees. We're going to take child's pose. So you can have your knees apart or together, whatever feels right. And rest your forehead on the floor, or if your forehead doesn't reach the floor, you can just stack your hands one on top of the other and rest your forehead on your hands. Just relax and breathe there in child's pose. So it's called child's pose because It's a natural position that children take when they're upset or they just feel like there's too much to deal with. Come into child's pose is a beautiful way to ground yourself. It's an opportunity to breathe into your back as well. So close your eyes and breathe into your back. And then walk your arms out in front of you. Spread out your fingers. Really ground yourself by feeling each knuckle and each finger touch the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, and just pedal out your feet. So each time we feel an intense emotion, we tense up, we hold it in our muscles. So by practicing yoga, the stretches and the movements help us sort of release all that tension. So let's slowly inhale into plank pose. Exhale, lower our knees, chest and chin. Inhale into cobra, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, bring your seat to your heels, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And we're just going to stretch the right leg up and then step the right foot between the hands. Let's lower the back knee to the floor. Let's come up into a low lunge. You can keep your hands on your front knee if that feels good right there. Or maybe you want to stretch your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, just lower the shoulders down. If you're taking a bit of a back bend, just remember to support that back bend by lifting in and up slightly in the pelvic floor and lower abdomen. The back bends are a great way to sort of open up the front body. Help you see sort of a lighter side. It can also be a very vulnerable position. Let's release our hands down and step back into downward dog. So sometimes when we're practicing postures, we might feel some tears come up or some emotions come up. That's okay, it's good. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, left foot forwards, lower the right knee. Let's bring our hands onto our front knee or thigh, and we can stay there, or we can bring our arms overhead. Again, interlace the fingers. So a nice stretch to our hips, and then a little bit in the front body. Make sure you're still breathing. Nice deep breath. And then exhale, release. Take your hands to the mat. Let's step back into downward facing dog pose. We'll inhale into plank and just exhale, come down onto your belly. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back, and lift your legs. And if you can, lift your hands off your lower back, right? When we feel a lot of emotions and grief, we tend to sort of roll our shoulders forward and want to curl up into a ball. So just by opening the front body, it's going to help us feel a little bit more grounded, a little more stable. I'm going to allow us to breathe. Exhale, release. Let's push back into downward facing dog. Raise the right leg up, and then bring your right knee forwards for pigeon pose. So right knee towards right hand and heel towards the left hip. And if you want to put a blanket or a block under your right sit bone, you can do that and then stay here. Or if you want to fold forwards, you can sort of rest your hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on your hands or on a block. And just close your eyes. Maybe rock the hips side to side a little bit, whatever feels good. Again, just letting the thoughts pass you by, just focusing in on your inhale and your exhale. And let's come up to our hands and step into down dog, so we can do the same thing on the other side. So left knee comes forwards towards the left hand, the heel comes towards the right hip. Sort of walk our right leg back, inhale here, and exhale. If you want to fold forwards and bring your hands on top of each other, rest your forehead on your hands or on a block. Again, if you want to use a prop under your left hip, that's nice. And just close your eyes and just let whatever comes up to come up. And then gently come back up. And let's move into downward facing dog, draw our hips up and back. Then we're going to go ahead and lower our knees. Let's cross the ankles. And we're going to sit down with the legs stretched out in front of us. So you want to try to sit up nice and tall. So if your back doesn't feel straight, grab yourself a cushion and just sit on the cushion or a block. So first variation, you can just sit up nice and straight. Work on getting that 90-degree angle with your body. Otherwise, if you feel like you have space to fold forwards, try stretching your arms up first so you lengthen, and then exhale, folding at the hips. You can reach for your feet, or you could use a strap around the bottom of your feet, hold the strap or the belt. And here's where we get to release some more tension in the back body, where it tends to build up. So each time you inhale, just think lengthening. And exhale, maybe you're folding a tiny bit deeper. Let's take one more breath. And then we'll inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, take your hands behind you with your fingers pointing forwards. We're going to bend the knees and come into a reverse tabletop. So you're just going to bring your hips forwards and up, roll the shoulders back. See if you can get your hips up about as high as your knees. Good. Press into your hands so you're not sinking in your shoulders. Instead, you're lifting your chest. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down. Okay, we're going to take cobbler's pose or Badakanasana. So you have your bottoms of your feet together, knees out to the side. And again, you can put your hands behind you to help you sit up nice and tall. Maybe you just want to close your eyes there, or even sit right against a wall. If this feels really difficult to sit up straight, you can support yourself, the wall. Or if you have room to fold, open up the bottoms of your feet and just gently fold forwards. Again, not worrying about how far we go or how flexible we are or not flexible. It's really not what it's about. It's about just grounding ourselves, really trying to just be present and be able to deal with all these different emotions that come up. So just using the inhale and the exhale as our focus. And the movement to sort of help us release tension. Let's take one more breath here. And slowly come back up to seated. Let's draw the knees together. We're going to lie down on our backs for a bridge pose. So go ahead and come flat onto your back. You can walk your feet towards you. I always like to start by pressing my lower back to the floor, so that helps you engage those core muscles. And then from there, you inhale, lift. You can bring your hands together underneath your back. Roll the shoulders under. Maybe close your eyes. Slowly release your hands. Just roll down nice and slow, like you're imprinting your spine on the mat. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, the knees out to the side. And you're going to take your arms overhead, and you can just either put one forearm on top of the other or just make a cactus shape with your arms. Close your eyes. You can focus back in on your inhale and your exhale. Let it be a nourishing breath. And if it feels good to stay like that, you can stay where you are. A couple more breaths. Otherwise, let's take the arms down and draw the knees in. Okay, and then let's all bring our knees into the chest and stretch the legs straight up so that we're creating an L shape with our bodies. And we can do this against the wall. If you need the support, put your legs up against the wall. Otherwise, just lying flat on your back. You might want to roll out your ankles or hold on to the legs if you need to. It's always good to turn yourself upside down, get the blood flowing towards your heart. Sometimes helps us shift our perspective too. And then we're going to slowly bend the knees and stretch out the legs. Just let your feet fall to the side. Close your eyes. Let's just shake the legs a little bit, so if we can release any tension there. And then relax the legs. Let's press the lower back towards the floor, so we sort of tense up our abdominal muscles for a moment. And then relax the lower back. Let's sort of roll the arms back and forth or shake out the shoulders. You can make fists with your hands, stretch out your fingers, and then relax the arms and shoulders. You can rock your head side to side. And then let your head come to the center. If you feel any tension anywhere in your body still, give it a little shake, give it a squeeze, and then try as best as you can to relax and let go. Not worrying about your breath or anything at all, just lying here. Gently move your fingers and toes. You can stretch out your arms and legs. And draw your knees into your chest. Gently roll to the right side. And slowly roll yourself back up to seated. And just close your eyes. Take a moment to notice any differences from before and after this practice. Hopefully you feel just a little bit calmer and more grounded. Remember, you always have this practice to come back to. I encourage you to move and breathe every day, and it will help you get through everything. So let's take our hands to our heart. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, and please let me know if you have any comments or questions. I love to hear from you. Thank you.